Jello Biafra was taken to court a couple of years ago for the album Frankenchrist by the Dead Kennedys.
Well, what we're seeing here is what I see as a false controversy. It's rap music, and rap music is being cast as a Willie Horton poltergeist-type figure in order to advance the agenda of the religious right backers of Tipper Gore's organization, the PMRC. In my case, I can relate to NWA's song about the police because after my record, Frankenchrist, was blasted by Susan Baker and the PMRC in Variety, 2 weeks later, 9 police officers, 3 from L.A., 6 from San Francisco, broke a window by my front door, stormed into my house, tore the place apart like you'd see KGB people doing a TV movie or something, went through my address book, page by page, comparing names, and while I sat there on a chair with a bathrobe on with 2 cops with their jackets zipped right up to about here so they might be packing a gun, circling around me like sharks. It was a subtle form of rape in a way. And then after a year, about, 2 months later, charges were filed against my record. A year and a half later, it finally came to trial. 3 weeks sitting in a courtroom in Los Angeles watching lawyers argue over not just the supposedly explicit insert by an Academy Award-winning artist from Switzerland. My lyrics were put on trial. A huge blow-up was brought in and was gone over by experts line by line. In the end, the jury did not agree with the allegations of the PMRC. They deadlocked 7-5 in favor of acquittal. But after the trial, in a paper called the Metro in Nashville, Tennessee, Tipper Gore was asked about my trial and said, quote, "I'd like to take credit for it. I accuse you of trying to destroy my career and ruin my right to make a living. And for being operating as a front for people like Jesse Helms, Phyllis Schlafly, in order to drive the arch-conservative wedge into the mainstream. Rabbi Cooper, if you think Public Enemy's got problems against Jews, wait till you meet the organization endorsed in Tipper Gore's book, like the Back and Control Center. The Back and Control Center is a group of cops from, I believe, Orange County who send manuals to police departments and to parents claiming that, among other things, the Jewish star is a symbol for Satan, that high-top tennis shoes and black clothing can be a sign that your child might be turning to heavy metal and should therefore be deprogrammed. If a kid shoplifts or becomes involved in a gang, then, well, it must be the music's fault. To me, practicing fraud like that to the point where doctors who used your video in a Milwaukee hospital told a kid who came in to be treated for clinical depression that his Iron Maiden T-shirt was the problem. That, to me, is the real child abuse.
Tipper, I'll let you speak.
Thank you. Okay. First of all, that's a very bizarre rendition of what my group is about. We are not right-wing fundamentalists. I happen to be a liberal Democrat. We have two coalitions.
Then why do you speak at Phyllis Schlafly functions?
Okay, one at a time.
It's simply not true. I happen to be a liberal Democrat. I work with Republicans and Democrats on this issue. We have one coalition with the National PTA who advanced the idea of record labeling so parents would be alerted when there was graphic material.
I don't know if that helps, though, because I don't know if that helps or hurts, because I think kids, when they see the label, they want it even more.
Okay, but let me finish.
There's something much worse than that, though.
Oprah, he has leveled a lot of charges. We also are supported by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Why? Why are parents and teachers and doctors concerned about graphic lyrics in young children? There's a reason for that, and there's a way to deal with that. With respect for freedom, we had nothing to do with the problems that you had. We want to educate people that we want to educate. That was not an accurate quote.
All right, I'll pull it out for you. It's right here.
Have you ever been misquoted by somebody?
What kind of an example are you setting for your own children when you lie on national TV?
I am
right here.
Excuse me.
What about Jello Biafra's obscenity trial? Quote, I'd like to take credit for it.
But it doesn't mean she said it. Because, believe me, because it's written doesn't mean she said it.
Exactly. You can...